One of the most interesting and often misunderstood facts about endometriosis and adenomyosis is that they are like evil twins of gynecology, but involve the abnormal presence of endometrial tissue. Both involve the abnormal presence of endometrial tissue, but in completely different locations with distinct clinical implications. Let's start with the basics, my beloveds. In the endometriosis, endometrial gland and stroma are found outside the uterus, on the ovaries, fallopian tubes, pelvic peritoneum, you name it, or even distant sites like the intestines, lungs, etc. In contrast, adenomyosis occurs with adenomyotropic tissue invades within the myometrium, the muscular wall of the uterus itself. This difference in location explains why their symptoms overlap but aren't identical. Both cause chronic, yes, pelvic pain, yes, dysmenorrhea, and yes, unfortunately, infertility. But adenomyosis tends to produce diffusely enlarged tender uterus and heavy menstrual bleeding, while endometriosis often leads to cyclic pain, dyspareunia, and endometriomas, those characteristic chocolate cysts on the ovaries. Here's the most interesting part. Endometriosis behaves like a metastatic disease. The ectopic endometrial cells implant, invade, and respond to hormonal cycles, causing inflammation, fibrosis, and adhesions. Recent research even suggests stem cell involvement in immune dysregulation, making endometriosis not just a gynecological disorder, but a systemic inflammatory condition. Why not autoimmune disorder? Anyway, meanwhile, adenomyosis can be thought of as a uterus turning against itself, a form of internal endometriosis, likely due to disruption of the junctional zone between the endometrium and myometrium, often after childbirth or uterine trauma, and very often after abortions. Don't do these abortions. Diagnosis remains a challenge. Both diseases can mimic each other clinically, and definitive diagnosis often requires MRI or histopathology. Laparoscopy is the gold standard for endometriosis with adenomyosis, while adenomyosis is confirmed by a biopsy after hysterectomy, though imaging has improved non-invasive detection. From a management standpoint, both conditions respond to hormonal suppression, such as GnRH agonists, progestins, or oral contraceptives, but severe cases may require surgical intervention. So the key takeaway is this: endometriosis and adenomyosis are two sides of the same coin, distinct yet deeply connected by hormonal and inflammatory pathways. Understanding their overlap not only improves diagnosis and treatment, but also helps us better appreciate the complexity of chronic pelvic pain in women. As future doctors, my beloveds, never dismiss period pain as normal for some women. It's the tip of a much deeper disease process. Get it? Stay blessed.